Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Mariana Petraki, and this is News for You, broadcasting live from Athens. Prime Minister Antonis Samaras advised cabinet ministers to communicate and coordinate their efforts better after the last-minute changes to the draft bill. The cabinet convened yesterday to sign off on the multi-bill containing measures agreed with the Troika officials in return for 8.8 billion euros in loans. Shortly ahead of yesterday's cabinet meeting, the government announced it had withdrawn a key labour reform from the draft bill, partly due to Justice Minister Antonis Roupakiotis' refusal to sign the provision that limits court protection of public sector contract workers. Also, a planned reduction in self-employed workers' pensions will not be among the measures contained in the multi-bill. Let's go to the newsroom. Elena Levizu is there. Good afternoon, Elena.
Good afternoon.
First, Elena, Prime Minister Antonis Samaras met today with senior members of the Nokia network technology company.
Yes, Mariana, and Mr. Samaras said after the meeting that Greece is a very attractive country to investments, to high-level investments, as he said, after meeting the senior members of the technological company Nokia Siemens network. Now, he said that it's very important that the company decided to create its new research center in Greece, and also initially to hire 150 young Greek scientists. Now, according to information, Mariana, coming from the Maximus mansion, Mr. Samaras will travel in mid-May to China, and this, of course, is also a very important trip for investments.
Now, Elena, let's see what's included in the draft bill expected to be voted on Sunday.
Well, Mariana, all the important issues, difficult issues negotiated with the Troika are included. First of all, installments for the IRS, debts to the IRS and the Social Security funds. For the installments to the IRS, for debts up to 5,000 euros, the installments will be unlimited. However, the taxpayers must be very consistent with the monthly payments of these installments. Now, also the tax on the property tax will be less this year by 15%. This is the new property tax, which will be what the taxpayers will pay until the end of 2013. And
now,
of
Elena,
course,
concerning the row between Mr. Manitakis and Mr. Roupakiotis.
Yes, I was coming to that because that's the third very important thing that it's included, of course, in the new draft bill. It's the dismissals in the public sector. Now, these dismissals will be 4,000 until the end of this year, and it's described in a clause that the first at least 2,000 public servants will come from those organizations which will merge or even be abolished. This issue, the dismissals in the public sector, caused an intense disagreement between the coalition partners, and especially the ministers, Mr. Manitakis and Mr. Roupakiotis. They both come from the Democratic Left Party.
And Mr. Kouvelis intervened from Brussels.
Yes, and this disagreement was over the clause, as you said, of the contract public workers, public employees, and the speeding up of the process of their dismissal pending trial. It said that the dismissals must happen up to 6 months, and it doesn't matter if the trial has happened or not. Corrupted employees, of course. Now, this clause was finally excluded, but it's going to come back probably in June, be reintroduced. And also, what was excluded, and PASOK says that it was excluded after its intervention, was the reduction of the new pensions for professionals for the Social Security Fund OAE, Mariana.
Let's see, Elena, now the reaction of Syriza. Alexis Tsipras is in Portugal.
Alexis Tsipras is in Portugal, and he met with the head of the opposition there, Mr. Seguro. And after their meeting, he said that it's common belief that the memorandum is a dead end. It doesn't work. And he also said that there should be a common front of the South European countries, so they will have more power in negotiations. Mariana.
Elena Levizo, we thank you very much. Spain will unveil new economic plans that government officials say will tread a fine line between growth and austerity. Prime Minister Mariano Rajoy will present a package of reforms he wants to have implemented by 2015. The announcements come as unemployment rate in the country reached 27.2%, and as a heated debate about Europe's austerity drive has flared back into life. Germany's finance minister Wolfgang Schäuble is insisting that Europe can't spend its way out of its economic problems. His comments come just a few days after European Commission President José Manuel Barroso said the prescription of lower spending and higher taxes may have hit the limits of public acceptance. As summer season gets closer, Greece becomes more and more alluring to thousands of visitors all over the world. According to Russian tour operators, 1 million Russians will visit Greece this year. The signs are really encouraging, as Greek tourism officials expect a banner year with as many as 17 million visitors.
The natural beauties of the Greek islands have been praised for centuries and have been attracting thousands of tourists around the world. This year, tourism is rebounding. Greece may draw a record number of more than 17 million tourists.
Greece as a whole will pass this year the 17 million arrivals, which is a huge record for Greece. It's a new record for Greece.
Tourists from Russia is estimated to be about 1 million, while summer bookings from Germany and the UK were up 15% and 20% respectively. Greece will also benefit from political uncertainty in Egypt.
The crisis affected the destination a lot, like I said, because of the fall in demand. We had a fall in prices that was over 40% over the past 4 years. But again, we have to look at the positive side of this, which is that today we offer a much better value for money.
Greece can attract 11 billion euros in direct revenues from the tourism sector this year. Visitors from Germany, Britain and Russia are expected back. Tourism businesses have slashed prices and upgraded their services to lure more visitors.
11 people, including doctors, pharmacists and pharmaceutical professionals, are facing criminal and other charges following their arrest in Thessaloniki on suspicion of trading in women's ova across Greece. The clinics in Thessaloniki and Athens also allegedly imported medicines from Turkey that were administered to women undergoing fertility treatment. The drugs had not been approved by the National Organization for Medicines, EOF. ZOE said that the drugs were copies of established brands. These were injected into poor foreign women who were paid €1,000 to sell their ova. These were then sold on to women who requested help in getting pregnant artificially. Project Hope for Greece is an initiative launched by the Greek American Foundation in the United States and Canada to raise funds for supporting Greek people in need. And it got indeed a helping hand from Greece itself.
A fundraising event took place in Athens, organized by Jennifer Ananiadis, an ambassador for Hope for the Greek American Foundation's project Hope for Greece, who has been working locally for the project.
Today we're having a spring luncheon to benefit Project Hope for Greece, which is an initiative from the Greek America Foundation in America. The main focus is for children, the elderly, people very poor, people who are hungry, people who are homeless. The people most in need are the first layer that will be helped. After that, they will help to build more of an infrastructure as far as educating people and making sure that people have a chance to go on, carry on, and be a strong backbone for Greece.
Hosted with the support of the Grand Bretagne Hotel, the event brought together Athenians as well as members of the Greek homogenea living here.
The Greek America Foundation is very supportive, and they send the brochures and the pins and the the guidelines kind of where it's going, the money where the money it's going, but the people who are helping are here in Greece, and then people like you who live in Greece have heard about it and are interested, and a lot of the people coming today are Greek Americans and Greek Canadians, so it's their way to play a part as well.
Practically an Athenian, since she has been living in Athens for more than 10 years, Jennifer Ananiadis invites Greeks all over the world this summer to visit Greece and especially Athens.
I live here in the center, right here on Syntagma, so it's a lot of times people are afraid to come down here, and it's very safe and a beautiful place and alive and thriving. I would encourage people, Greek Americans and Greek Canadians, if you want to come, you've always wanted to come to Greece for a holiday, to show your kids, whatever, please do it. It's the perfect time now.
Funds from Project Hope for Greece will support a wide range of important institutions in Greece that are responding to the crisis and working to solve important problems for the people of Greece.
Lazaros Efremoglu, the founder of the foundation of the Hellenic World, has died at the age of 81. Lazaros Efremoglu served in the Greek Parliament and at the Council of Europe. The foundation is a privately funded, not-for-profit cultural institution based in Athens and founded in 1993 to preserve Hellenic history and tradition, the creation of an awareness of the universal dimension of Hellenism, the promotion of its contribution to cultural evolution. Greek and French archaeologists brought to light the oldest wine ever found at the European continent. It is more than 6,500 years old, and it was found during an archaeological excavation in a place near the area of Philippi in northern Greece.
In a prehistoric settlement close to an archaeological site of Philippus near Kavala in northern Greece, a Greek-French archaeological group have recently found large quantities of pressed grapes under the rubble of an ancient building. According to archaeologists, this is a strong evidence that fresh fruits were pressed to extract wine.
Αυτός είναι ένας από τους μεγαλύτερους οικισμούς προϊστορικούς, πρέπει να πούμε, στην Βόρεια Ελλάδα, και ένας από αυτούς που έχουν δώσει, από τους λίγους που έχουν δώσει την αρχαιότερη νεολιθική κατοίκηση.
After examining the color and size of the ancient seeds, scientists came to the conclusion that some kind of wild grape was cultivated in the area. Also, archaeologists identified some other plants, such as wheat and flax, which could be used for production of oil or for making clothes.
Το κρασί το θεωρώ ως μια πολύ ισχυρή πιθανότητα και λόγω του ότι υπάρχουν τόσο πολλά αγγεία τα οποία παραπέμπουν στο σερβίρισμα και την κατανάλωση υγρού.
The findings in the settlement consist a valuable source of information about the environment in the area, the rural everyday practices and nutrition habits.
Δηλαδή, αποθηκωμένες ρόγες σταφυλιού μαζί με τους σπόρους του σταφυλιού και μαζί με τη φλούδα.
The 6,500 years old wine is a remarkable discovery which has been uploaded by the world archaeological community.
Business news now. The Athens Stock Exchange records losses of 0.05%, closing currently at 970.42 points. These are the top stories for now. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. Have a nice weekend, and don't forget, stay tuned on ERTWORLD.